Peace, family. Your boy FONZi Neutron, representing for BattleOnline.com, tapped in with the DOATBM. Welcome if you're joining us once again, and if you're new to joining us, welcome also. Your boy FONZi joined with Floss Angeles, aka Floss Mode. You tapped in with BattleOnline.com.
Word up, word up, what up, what up, what up? Happy Sunday to everybody.
And peace to everybody on this Sunday. Hope everybody had a great week and stuff thus far. I gotta stop saying and stuff. I say it all the time. And somebody actually put me onto it. Shouts out to Free from New York. He was like, "You always say that stuff," and so I'm gonna try to curb it because when I just be
I didn't even
talking,
notice it.
yeah, figure of speech. But we got a few different topics to look over, and it's been a few different things that have been glaring over social media. One of the clips I wanted to start off with was a clip that was on the Godcast. So shouts out to Lord Jamar, Godfrey, Rod Digger, and those guys. Now, this kind of ties in with the wider conversation we're going to have involving the recent fallout with Charleston White and China Macro. I should say the ongoing fallout and conversation. But I thought this was quite an interesting clip with Godfrey because he speaks a bit to the, I guess, different types of appropriation that we see happening with black music and the culture. So I'm gonna cue this in. We're gonna roll this.
Listen,
Get
man,
back to some
I'm getting
content.
a little tired of that too. I did it on my podcast yesterday. I did a thing where I was showing videos of like Koreans and Chinese doing all this pop locking and all this other shit, all these TikToks of all these non-black people pop locking, doing all this DJ. I'm fucking sick of it. Not listen. And I said, I want everybody, I love that our culture is shared. That's beautiful. Nothing wrong with that. Cultures are here to be shared. But the disrespect outweighs the fun you're having with our shit. I'm tired of, and it's black people that are enabling these motherfuckers. They make these reels. Well, they'll see like, you know, a kid from Korea breakdancing, and then some black dude's like, "Yo, that's dope." Stop. Enough. Stop it. We don't have it. They don't respect us. I don't give a fuck if you can pop. I don't care if you can sing black. I don't care anymore. I want respect. And you're not respecting the people. It's the same people that eat tacos and they hate Mexicans. They're gonna build the wall, but there's a great taco spot down the street. That shit's tiring. I'm just like, enough of that shit. Enough of the only time people want to show their dedication to us is with a TikTok and a twerk or some shit. And that's how they respect us. Go fuck yourself. But as soon as we buy land in their neighborhoods, everyone's up in arms. Fuck you.
Oh man, Epi said light skin
So
headquarters.
Videos of
there we see that clip there. Shouts out to Godfrey. I mean, there's a few glaring points on that. I mean, one of the things that struck a chord with me is not just the issue of cultural appropriation, what he was speaking on, but just a sense of kind of like anti-blackness, which a lot of people carry, but still seem to either take certain things or are influenced by certain things they see black people do. We've seen like some music and stuff recently with and we're not just pointing specifically at like the Koreans and the Orientals and stuff, but we've seen a lot of stuff from like that side of the world coming out with people doing like rap music and hip hop and dancing and stuff. We've seen a lot of the breaking and stuff over the years, but when we look at things from a societal level or a geopolitical level, even at a ground level, oftentimes we see a lot of anti-blackness still being exhibited by said people. So I think what Godfrey was kind of speaking on to the point of a lot of the times people seemingly want to embrace things from black culture, but they don't want to embrace black people in a wider sense. So he's kind of saying he's sick of it. He's not impressed by it. He kind of is annoyed by it in a sense. I mean, what say you?
Mm, Godfrey is absolutely 100% right on how he feels and what is going on. That is definitely what's going on. But the sad part about it is that you'll have, even though I'm not proud of the twerking culture, it looks good though when some girls really know how to do it. But at the same time, it's like, how can a people create something and then put it on social media and get minimum views, and then you have a white girl like the girl Catch Me Outside that'll do the same thing and steal it from black girls and then she's a mega superstar all over this platform. You know, I really didn't realize how racist this world was until recently. You know, we all heard of seen the you know, the films and the All Eyes on what is it the documentaries about Black people and you know, the dogs and the hoses and all this type of stuff. But I just don't understand how, you know, I feel like the people who take our culture, they should be fighting just as hard for us when it comes to something political and when it comes to Black people. Not say kiss our ass, you know what I'm saying? But we did build this country. You know, I remember hearing just not that long ago, maybe a couple of months ago, and I heard this guy, I don't know who he was, but he was talking about Black people and reparations, and he was like, for what? Why? Like, it was such a slap in the face.
Yeah.
You know, it's just not right, dude. It's just not right.
Yeah, no, I've seen that clip. I think that what you're speaking of, and I've definitely seen similar clips, and I think it's interesting, as you said. It's like, you know, when it comes to like I guess the entertainment and music and stuff like things, we can understand that influence. I think Godfrey spoke on it as well and said, you know, we can appreciate that, but do those people stand with you then in the same sense when it comes to wider issues that affect your community and stuff, as you were saying? Like, you know, it would be great to have that stance there also, because oftentimes people only want to take a stance on, I guess, as you said, like the twerking and certain things. People might call them the more degenerative forms of society or the culture in one aspect. I mean, depending on how you look at it. However, they don't seem to get behind stuff when it comes to like the upliftment and stuff like that. It's something that we spoke about before, you know, in the past. And it's kind of crazy because, as you said, you know, a lot of the times people, they want to be, I guess, celebrated for the cool stuff, and, you know, but want to ignore the other things and facets that come with it. You made another interesting point when you spoke about some of these platforms being biased. Now, I'm not particularly putting it out there like that, but I know it's been reported that I believe TikTok may belong to like Chinese and stuff in that instance. And we do hear about a lot of these platforms, how they limit some creators. And we've experienced it in some aspects where you can have an idea for something, and as a creator, you're limited, but they let another group of people take the same idea and sort of run with it. And through some of these tech algorithms and things of that nature, they're able to, you know, maximize the audience for some, and in some cases minimize the audience for others. Now, we do know things like this do exist in that play, and we know that these companies, they do denounce it and say that they don't function under these sort of rules, but we do see it a lot, like picking and choosing, and I guess a bias when it comes to a lot of these platforms. So I think that was a great point that you made. I mean, one of the things with this clip, why I guess I brought it up, it's kind of a tangent within what's going on at the minute with the whole China Mac, Charleston White ongoing situation. I was trying to load the clip up, but I don't think I'm going to be able to bring it up for conversation purposes. But just to bring people up to speed with the clip that I heard, it was on DJ Akademiks' who has a upcoming show with Charleston White, and China Mac put out a video where he was pretty much saying, you know, that Charleston White's a racist and he doesn't feel that Akademiks, you know, should be doing the show with him. And he sort of questioned that, to which Akademiks sort of said, you know, he's his own guy. The statements that he's made are his statements. And some of the statements he made was pretty much saying he doesn't have an issue with people of different nationalities, but he has an issue with people of different nationalities, namely Asian, who take on the black, I guess, identity or act black and do stuff, you know, in a black sort of nature and manner. And he sees them as a threat to the black community because he says, like, for instance, if they act black and they're all on this certain type of attitude, they have no issues with going out there and harming another black person, you know, under the guise of the streets or whatever it is. So he kind of calls that out. But I mean, what do you think of the whole situation that going on?
Oh, China Mac, he got you too, huh? He done ruffled your feathers up a little bit, just like he ruffled mine, and he ruffled a whole bunch of other people. At the end of the day, he just a motherfucker talking. Just somebody just talking, looking for attention. Oh, let me see, Mom. I'm feeling bored today. Let me say something real demeaning about some people, and everybody's gonna gravitate towards me again. So I say this day, this is the day before my birthday on the 12th, that I denounce on talking about Charleston White. I will not be another person that's going to fail and fall for another one of his antics, and everybody and all this shit just soars and gets big. I'm good. I'm gonna do it with what I normally would do to a sucker like that, is ignore him. You know what I mean? As far as like the races and all that, you know, that's the Asians. They good. The Asians, they fine. They have enough money. They're good. They don't have any really. You don't hear anything about Asian problems. You feel me? What I'm focused on is the black problems. And you know, just last night I went to Vegas and I went to the Chicago concert. On everything, I was the only black motherfucker there. You should have seen the looks on white people's face when they see me out with my friend, and she happened to be Caucasian. So that's why I'm saying it's nothing against Caucasians. I'm just saying, like, once, you know, I'll be 49 coming up. You know, so if you my age and a little older, you done been through this racism. You already know what it is. You know what I mean? It's time to get off that shit. Like, we here. We been here. Like, what's the hating about? You know what I mean? Like the white people that's hating on black people, we actually haven't done anything to you directly. You feel me? The focuses have been on us. We're only 17% of this nation. Why is the focus on us like we're just the people that's just fucking up the whole world when we're not? We built this motherfucker. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, it's a lot of these coon ass niggas like Chris Rock that's out there. First of all, I ain't mad at you, brother. You got your bag. I ain't mad at you. But I just feel like when you're in a house full of white people, you kind of slow down on the nigga talk. You know what I mean? Like, you use that for your people. If it's for your people, you feel comfortable using it, but you feel comfortable saying around white people. And that's the difference. You feel me? Get your bag, brother. I ain't mad at you. But come on, man. You know what I mean? Will Smith, he was wrong. Of course, he was wrong. But that shit he was talking about, all that nigga talk in front of all the white people, that ain't the move, homeboy. I'm just saying, it's keeping it 100.
Yeah, I mean, people have mixed reviews, especially when it comes to that show. I mean, in regards to Charleston White, he is dubbing himself as a comedian, so I guess that implies or infers to take what
But
he
what he's
said.
saying ain't funny though. It ain't funny. What he's saying ain't funny.
I
And
mean,
they shut his page down.
yeah, comedy is subjective. I know there's a fine line where it comes to, I guess, what they consider like hate speech and stuff nowadays, and you can't be seen to be purposefully antagonizing. And we've seen, you know, a variety of different people get caught up and stuff. Even Roseanne, she recently came back with a special called "Cancel This." You know, people have said things that people find egregious. So, I mean, what's interesting, he said a lot of things that people have found egregious. However, there hasn't been any major like incidents or things happen. We know he's had his YouTube bans and stuff like that. And as you said, I think they've taken down some content. Now, you know, this is in defense of his statements. I do feel some of the aspects of where he comes from, where he speaks on certain things pertaining to, I guess, just race as things in society, but his delivery and his the levels that he goes to, like we spoke about it before, I think he goes, you know, too far in my estimation, with to the point of being kind of unfairly and purposefully vulgar in one aspect. And you know, but Akademiks made a point. He said he one of those people, if you come at him, he gonna come at you, and he ain't really got
Who is Akademiks? A whack fat sucker. He don't got, if Nipsey Hussle didn't like you before he died, nigga, I don't like you either. You feel what I'm saying? I'm tired of talking about Charleston White because he ain't talking about nothing. All he do is say the same shit. Everybody run to it. You know what I mean? Like I said, I'm done with talking about dude. I'm good on dude. Like, you know what I mean? He's a sucker.